to the SideQuest,
where we sing and we don't even feel bad about it because this is the SideQuest where we follow our bunny trails.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, I'm Samantha.
I'm Arly.
I'm Emily.
And this is the little bonus episode we give you every week for How to Handyma'am, where we don't put as many restrictions on ourselves about how we behave and what we say and
it's
getting off track.
To get them through the whole 7 days without a main episode.
I know. It's like a punishment to really make people wait a whole week.
I know. I mean, where are they going to get their dose of insanity?
I don't really
if it's
know.
not here.
Enjoy.
So this episode, we are going to take a little bit of time just to tell you who we are, because we had someone who said, hey, I might have missed it, but was it early episode where you said who you actually are and what you do?
And
we
friend,
realized,
you didn't miss it.
No, well, actually, the first episode we actually recorded, we did talk about who we are and why we're doing this. But that episode was very insane, so we did not publish it. So
yeah, there would have been a lot of bleeping. we've reined in this.
Yeah, you didn't know this was way better than before.
And if you like the cussing or like the craziness, maybe eventually on Patreon or something like that.
How to Handyma'am After Dark. Dun, dun.
We'll unleash our inner beasts for
But
payment.
for now, we keep these side quests to a reasonable amount of time. So we're just gonna dive right in and talk about why we're doing this in the first place. So we own a business called My Handyma'am.
Whoop,
we
whoop.
do home repairs and renovations.
If you're in the Lansing area, hit us up.
Yeah. We're a business of 12 people. 11 of us are women. And we are passionate about women in the trades in a variety of ways. So we're passionate about women having access to trustworthy tradespeople. We're passionate about creating a pathway for women to enter the trades as a career. And we're passionate about women being able to take care of their own homes.
Yes.
So our podcast has a purpose. The reason we started the podcast is to build a community that's large enough to attract sponsors and partners who will help us put on in-person education in ways that are affordable and accessible for women.
Yes.
So, that's the business that we do, and that's why we're in this. But let's talk a little bit about who we are as individuals and why we're passionate about it. So let's start with you, Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Well, yeah. Why do you do
I
this?
was born in the 1900s. Arly was not.
I was not.
Nope. Why are you doing this, Em?
Well, to say it briefly, I didn't know.
Nepotism.
Just kidding. Yeah, nepotism, except the nepotism is just craziness that I inherited from art.
Yeah.
So, I'm an artist by trade, and I didn't know what I wanted to do out of college. And at my tail end of college, my dad was crazy and was like, I'm having a career change, and we're moving here. And then my mom was like, hey, guess what? Me too. And so they bought this lovely house that is from the 1890s. We're not quite sure. The city doesn't.
1856.
1856.
Oh, yes.
The city does not track prior to 1900.
But we do have the original deed.
But
yeah.
Oh, wow.
they have the original deed. And I went to University of Michigan, go Blue, and I came home one spring break to have a lovely, fun, super tropical spring break of helping my parents renovate their brand new house that they bought.
Tropical.
There was quite a bit of sand.
That's true.
My dad left us alone for a hot second, which he maybe shouldn't have. And I said, you know what? I bet there's a brick on your fireplace wall. And so
now looking back, it's a chimney.
But we knew nothing at this point, and without PP, do not recommend, we went at the wall with a hammer. Mm-hmm. And we caught the bug from there, because then the rest of the plaster walls came down in the house, and then COVID hit, and no contractor helped us finish the house. Mm-hmm. So we figured it all out, mainly our fearless leader, Samantha, but I tagged along, and 5.5 years later, and here we are.
Caught the bug.
Mm-hmm. I caught the bug. So
escape.
Nothing makes you a better do-it-yourselfer than if you have no other options.
Yeah, we like legitimately had no other options, so we're finally getting to fixing the mistakes we made at Samantha's house, but we made mistakes on our own properties, so that we didn't make them at other people's houses, and so here I am. Now I am really passionate about providing good service to our clients. I'm our main estimator. My title is Business Development Manager. But I have acquired some fun certifications that aid me in doing that. So I'm a licensed residential builder in the state of Michigan, the youngest one in the state of Michigan, which is fun. And then I'm also a certified aging in place specialist because we serve primarily seniors. And that was really important to me because home is really important to me and aging in place is really important for me.
That's a straight up flex that you have that certification. I kind of wish that I would have gotten it maybe one day.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
Arly,
So-
what's your passion for women in the trades?
Let's see.
And how did you come at this?
Well, I obviously, have a degree in biology, which
I mean,
aids me
biology,
every
yeah.
single day. No, my parents were super DIY people. I mean, my dad was just always fixing things because he was like, I can figure this out. I'm not going to pay somebody else to do it. Or he was like, well, I broke it, so I have to fix it. And then my mom was, she grew up not having a lot of money, so she had to fix things. She had to learn how to sew, to fix her pants if she, ripped them. And she just is very frugal, and she's like, you know what, I can figure this out by myself. And she's really creative, so she kind of picks up things. And once you learn something, we talk about this sometimes, but once you learn a little bit of something, it's easy to apply that skill to another thing. So that's what my mom was really good at.
And your mom doesn't just fix stuff, she makes it better than it was originally.
I know, she really does. She really does. And she has a very strong love for, repurposing things. So, taking old clothes and making them new again, or taking old, antique things and putting them into, a different design or, something useful or whatever. And honestly, I just grew up kind of just thinking that was normal. Not really knowing that, a lot of people hire other people to, build a deck and make Christmas presents and whatever, So I just always had that mentality. And then in COVID, when I was in college, I got to spend a lot of time on Pinterest. And thankfully, my dad was on board for all of it because he was retired and kind of bored. And we didn't really have anything else going on. So we spent a lot of time working on stuff. And the skills that I had developed since I was a young kid, my dad taught me how to use a drill and a table saw and all that stuff when I was pretty young. I really got to kind of get creative with it and have more hands-on long days and days of using that kind of stuff on the daily. And so then I saw your guys' Facebook post that you wanted somebody to come work for you, and I was like, I'll do that. And then I already had caught the bug, I guess, but I had caught the cult infection that I
calling us a cult.
I call us a cult because we acquire people and then they just stay with us. So, which is kind of what a cult does, I guess. Once you're in, you're in.
Only you're still allowed to see your family and eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. There's, it's not a strict cult. We're kind of loosey-goosey.
It's more of a revolution than a cult.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of starting a movement, for lack of a better word, of helping women take a little bit more control of who's coming into their home, how their home is being fixed and managed, and what options they have, giving them some control and a couple more options, which is hard to do, and especially because there's a lot of lack of information for women about taking care of your home, because for a long time women weren't really supposed to have to worry about that, but a lot of women are living on their own, or their husbands have died, and
or they just want to.
Yeah, or they just are living alone because they want to. And I think it's important to give all of the information to women so they have access to it and they get to make informed decisions about.
I think choice is,
choices
matters.
is what are important to us.
Yeah. Well, for me, my story probably speak to those of you out there who have gotten to the middle of your life or somewhere near there, or your kids have gone off to college and you're like, now what? I was 44 years old when we moved here and tore our house apart. And then I was in the kitchen. So COVID shutdowns had started, and I was in the kitchen. We had been tearing the house apart, not the kitchen, everything else. I opened the kitchen cabinet and there's plaster dust on the food. And it was at that point I was like, however long we have to wait for contractors to work again is going to be too long.
Yeah.
So we began to put the house back together ourselves, and then really fell in love with it. I mean, we did some serious consumption of HGTV for a good 14 or 15 months. I feel like we watched every episode of every show there was. And
Hometown's your favorite.
yeah. And then YouTube and Google, and you can tell, like, we laugh about, if you go around my house, you can tell it's where we learned how to do everything.
Well, we're getting it.
We're slowly fixing that. But, I mean, it's a great example of it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
No, your house is so cute.
Our house is very beautiful. So when we finished this house, we thought, I had been thinking, you know, now I live in this new town, I'm too far away from my old job to drive there, what will I do? And I thought, I want to do this. I did not ever want to quit doing it after we had done it. So we bought a house to flip, and Emily and I spent 9 months in that house, basically our master class in learning how to do things. We learned, I cannot believe some of the things that we did in that house.
I learned how to paint there. How to properly paint.
We learned how to paint. We learned how to make custom trim molding, like to match the 100-year-old trim that was broken. We learned
So what you spent your whole life learning, we were like, well, shit.
Here we
gotta learn
are,
this
yep.
right now.
Yep.
We took 9 months.
So we learned how to do everything there, and we found that at least the way we do it, flipping houses is not profitable.
Or like to get houses that people have like defaulted on taxes
Yeah, it
and
didn't
stuff.
feel
It feels
it didn't
icky.
feel good. But I didn't even really know that being a handy person could be a job. Didn't even like know it could be an official business. But we had been posting our before and afters on Facebook because we were just like, talk about
And they're
enthusiasm. I feel like we lived on enthusiasm for like, well, all of it. We live on enthusiasm.
Still.
Yeah, unrealistic optimism also. But we had been posting before and afters. And so one of our friends, Sue T, shout out to Sue T, is basically the matriarch of our entire business. She asked us to build a shed door for her. And I remember being incredibly nervous. Like, what am I doing? I'm building this for somebody else. I don't know what they're doing. Pay me. I never told Sue this story, but I was like, ah! But we built it, and it was really adorable, and it worked. It was beautiful, and it was functional, and then Sue told everybody she knew about us, and then her friends told everybody they knew about us. So, like, if we made a family tree of our customers, like
goes back to
60%
Sue.
of our customers would lead back to Sue. So we're like, wow, we can do this for other people. That's super fun. And Emily and I just sort of dove in, as we do with pretty much most things. It's like, we're doing this.
We're meant to do this, though, because, I feel like I was meant to be here because my husband got into grad school near where my parents lived, and so it was like everything aligned.
It did.
To bring us to you, dear listener.
And I have always been passionate about empowering women and about helping women grow. Like, it's always been important to me that the women who come to work for me, you may not work for me forever, and I may not be able to guarantee you employment, but what I can guarantee is you'll be employable. So when you leave, you will have skills you did not have when you came. So it was just a natural progression from just Emily and I to think about who's next, who are we bringing on board next, who's going to love this with us and help us grow this. And our first non-family hire was Arly, and it's been 2.5 years now, and really a lot has changed. I mean, Emily and I kind of trooped along for 3 years, and then all of a sudden it was like, now we have an official business where we employ people and have to file payroll taxes and workers' compensation, and
Guys, it's kind of scary, not gonna lie.
yeah, it is.
It's fun, but
So
terrifying.
Emily and I wanted to be able to build decks in particular, which would require us to pull a permit in a lot of instances. So we got our builder's license for that specific reason, but have used it for many other reasons since then. And so now here we are with this business with 12 employees, and we're approaching 900 customers over the last 5 years.
It's crazy.
And we have been the three of us have been talking for 2 years about teaching women how to do what we're doing. We do that in a very deep but limited way, in that we have a paid apprenticeship program for women. So we have trained 6 women through the paid apprenticeship program. And they are all still with us. So we do it in, like I said, a very deep, but very limited
ominous.
way.
They're all still with us.
Still with us. But there are literally tens of thousands of women, probably hundreds of thousands of women, who could use even just a fraction of the skills that we have learned the hardest possible way. And the podcast is the starting point for us to begin to build that community of women that we can kind of pull back the curtain and show, like, hey, this is totally doable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus our
it is.
social media presence, which is really affirming that there is a place for this, because some of the videos we post, we don't think anything's too simple to teach or like too base of
Well, no,
knowledge.
because 6 years ago, we didn't know any of it.
Yeah, so
Arly
we-
might have, but Emily and I didn't.
So we know, like, we post some stuff like, here's what a drill bit versus a driver bit is, and those kinds of things. And we have, particularly men, I won't get too far into it, but who comment, who needs to know that?
A few
Like,
sketchy actors.
yeah, like, who needs to know that? Or, like, you're the only person who thought that that worked that way. And then we also have mostly women who comment, I never knew that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And, like, so, firstly, if you watch one of our videos and you're like, duh, I knew that. Well, not everyone does, so.
And it's not for you then.
yeah, that's not for you. Good
It's
for
not
you
for
that
you.
you know that. Here's a
That's
gold
awesome.
star.
Yeah.
But if you are like, I'm embarrassed because I don't even know how to work a drill, or
Don't be
you look at your
embarrassed.
first a miter saw, or some people call them chop saws, and you're like, how do I even start with that? Like, and yeah,
love
and
me a good miter saw.
Yes, you'll get the bug quickly, but this is a place where we, no matter how little your knowledge is,
Yeah. We will help you no matter what station you are at in your learning abilities. If you want to know as little as possible about home maintenance and you just want enough to know to hire a handyman or a handyman, I guess, to fix things around your house, then we're here for that. If you want to completely turn your life upside down and be a framer, we are also here to support you in that. So
Yeah, and I will just end by saying the other thing all three of us are passionate about is creating an environment, a working environment that is the environment in which we want to work, which is supportive coworkers and healthy conflict resolution and having a lot of fun, taking good care of our customers. We have built a team of people who just show up for each other. That's the simplest way I can describe it. So that's what we want for this community as well. It's just a community of people that are like, you know what, I'm on board. I'm here for you. You're here for me. Well, let's do it.
yeah, if you want to be
So-
a part of that, follow us along. We want you to be a part of our little crew.
Yeah.
Or
You
if
can-
you want to be hyped up, Angela, who just she sent us a private message and said, you inspired me to switch out my shut-off valve on my toilet.
Good job,
Those
Angela. Yeah.
That's actually hard.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
hard. I was like, whoa, oof, good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you just need someone who, like, maybe your husband's not being very nice about the renovation you're doing, or you just, like,
Yeah.
are feeling, like, yucky about it, send us your before and after, and we'll make you feel better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be
I
your
will.
cheerleaders, your girlfriends, your contractors.
All right.
And you can find us at How to Handyma'am on pretty much every platform. And particularly our short form video content is going to be some quick hits of helpfulness for you. So on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram, you can find us at How to Handyma'am. And then if you have a specific question, you can email us at myhandyma'am.com.
Yes. All right. Well, that's it for today's SideQuest. We'll see you in a few days for this Friday's episode.
See you
Thanks for
Friday.
joining us.
Bye.